What is up, guys? I want to talk rallies, what we've been building, how it can serve you as an investor or somebody just in the finance space, and some of the tools that we think are arguably some of the best in the industry. So, just looking at the screen recording right now and going through, you can see my portfolio on the left side here. You can connect as many portfolios as you could possibly want inside of the platform. You literally just click connect brokerage. You go to Robinhood, Webull, E-Trade, whatever your brokerage is. Like I have on Vanguard, I have my childhood funds. For my kids on Robinhood, I do all my trading. Obviously, I don't have any money on E-Trade and Webull, but I wanted to make sure the connections work. Fingers crossed they did. And you're going to be able to see your gains here. Secondarily, each day you're going to have a digest. So you wake up in the morning and you can read this. Why did my portfolio go up? Why did my portfolio go down? And if you have an additional questions, what's really nice is you can go to click here. Is there a specific price target where I should sell some Bitcoin? This will go through. Honestly, one of our chats, we got reached out by another industry player, and they were like, hey, help us do what you do inside of chat. We're honestly a larger company. We're having a hard time getting answers this accurate and this good inside of our chat, like what you guys are doing. Can you teach us a little bit of how you end up doing your chat? So we really think we have truly industry great answers and the way for you to do follow-up questions inside the app. And so you can think of this as one fell swoop, especially if you're new to finance or there's pieces you're trying to learn. This is so nice. You can ask a question like, hey, for these industry specific terms, can you outline what each industry specific term means in brackets behind each word, please, during these chats? So you could do this. You could even go into chat here and you can put in your own. Let me see if I can find it real quick. AI instructions. So I can basically say for industry specific terms, can you outline what each industry specific term means in brackets behind each word during these chats so that I can learn during the course of chatting with the app? This is really going to teach you 10 times faster as you're working in the finance space. Like, like, okay, what is gamma trading? And look, gamma trading is trading around gamma, how fast an options delta changes when the stock price moves, delta. And then it gives instantly definitions during it. You could even go as far as if you wanted to, and I'd highly recommend this, going into the AI instructions and say also, when I dig into terms or specifics, try and give analogies about how that works outside of finance to help understanding. So now you're building this idea, and I love doing this when I do learning. You're going into chat and you're starting to build this idea where take me from 0 to 1 and don't use, because when you go into the medical field, the finance field, whatever, you have these super industry specific terms, and sometimes you have the same terminology from industry to industry with different definitions. And it's like, okay, well, I'm reading something with perceived understanding, but not actually understanding what the definition of the word is. And so with the AI function in the chat that we've created, you can actually add specific instructions. You go over here to the right, go to AI instructions, and you can add all of this stuff. And if you guys want, I can put it in the description below too, some of the things that I put. I even put background in some of my chats for what I do. Hey, my background is in XYZ. I'm this years old. I have this much acuity with trading. This is what I want to achieve. These are my goals. And when you start to put all of that in there, when you start asking stuff about gamma trading, it can say, hey, just an FYI, you wanted to make money over 30 years. Gamma trading really is not a long-term play. It's really a short-term play, just as an FYI. So you can start to insight the AI to help you start making investing decisions towards what you do in the future and take you from 0 to 1 a lot faster than you do through a YouTube video. Because and there's nothing, I love YouTube. There's nothing wrong against it. But when you go through YouTube, what ends up happening is you have people who are using very industry specific terminology, and you end up in this place where you have to go back and forth between Google. You're trying to reach up a little bit farther than where you're at. And so using chat to learn in this format, in this way, I think is the best way to do it. And what's nice is you can go over to Discover. Say that you're brand new to the space and you're like, okay, I want to go to themes. Space technology, you're like, okay, cool. So let's go RTX Corporation. We've got this really, really beautiful breakdown of the actual page itself. I love the view and the way this looks. what we can do is we can go here. We can click financials. You can do a breakdown of all the financials of the company. You can look at comparison points, cash versus whatever, versus net income, revenue. You can go to funds and see who's personally owning these. You can go to politicians and see what buy and sell purchases for politicians. So if you're following Ro Khanna now instead of Nancy Pelosi, you can see, does Ro Khanna follow this portfolio, or has he purchased this company at all? You can see insiders, and then you can see analysts as well. What are the analysts saying? What's the price target? Yada, 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 which is super, super nice. So beyond that, you can go dive deeper, and then you can start chatting against this company, which is super nice, because a lot of times when you're looking at a thematic element, you want to be able to, you're like, okay, so you know space, AI data centers, and everybody's looking at the vertical for AI data centers, like who's supplying the energy, who's supplying this, yada, yada, yada. So you can go into the chat here. I actually don't want to specifically ask about this. It's teach me what this company does from a basics approach, and then let's get detailed. Okay, I actually don't want to analyze price performance. Okay, thank you so much. Teach me what this company does from a basics approach, and then let's get more detailed. So I'll ask questions directly against it to find out about this company. At the simplest level, RTX is a huge aerospace and defense company. It sells the kind of products. 1 second, it's getting through the whole chat. It sells the kind of, okay. It sells the kind of products that make airplanes fly and militaries operate: aircraft systems, aircraft engines, missiles, radars, sensors, and communications gear. So if you want the explain it like a new version, think of RTX as 3 big businesses under one roof: Collins, Pratt & Whitney, and Raytheon, the defense side, including missiles and radar systems. What each segment actually does, and it's going to give you super simple. You can even ask something like, how can I compare this company to other defense companies in the space? And you can start asking questions like, hey, compare the revenue for this company versus this company. What contracts does this company have that this company doesn't have? You can get extremely nuanced. It'll create in-chat charts for you guys, so you can do comparisons. You can download those charts if you'd like to, and you can post them to your social medias, whatever you may be. So when it comes to doing thematic and research formatting, this is the best way to do it. Some things that are super, super nice. You can go into the news page and you can filter. So you click on filter and you can say portfolio holdings. So now I only hold Bitcoin and a few other assets, but you can filter out by that, then filter out by the cap that you want. So if you're like, hey, I only want micro cap. We actually don't follow micro. Let me see. I only want large caps. Boom, it instantly just gives me anything inside of large caps. And then for SEC filings, you can see those reports here, which is super nice to have. So obviously this is the arena in the end. I'm not going to go over the details in the arena now, but I think it is worth noting at some point, check it out. We gave a bunch of AIs the capacity to trade the markets, and ChatGPT is doing amazing. And honestly, since Claude did 4.7 Opus, it's doing a really good job managing its investment as well. ChatGPT is up 27% just in this year alone, doing really, really well with even just a 4 Google, Nebius, Credo, and then one other asset there. So check it out, connect your portfolios, chat against it, do research. We think this will be the research platform of the future. And we also have a mobile app. You can download it on the App Store at Rallies. It'll say Your Investing Friend. Soon that'll be different. But thank you so much, guys. We're super excited to present this to you. We think it's going to be a benefit to really all investors and people just managing their financial life in the future. So talk soon.